Hello, Home Talkers. If you are getting a little bit bored of those store-bought baskets that have no character, I'm going to teach you how to make a basket like this using wild vines from your yard to create a rustic basket of any size, and this is a round-shaped basket. Stay tuned and don't forget to subscribe. Hello everyone, this is Matt Hoots with Sawhorse, and I'm creating this for my Home Talk friends. This was a very nice weekend, and we were working in our backyard, and we came across some vines here, and it kind of brought back some memories when I was a kid, particularly a Boy Scout, and I used to make baskets out of some of these. So I did experiment a little bit, and I taught one of my sons, and he got a merit badge this weekend, out of making a basket out of some wild vines we found in our backyard. So we're going to go through the steps of collecting and also putting together a basket in the kind of design that we're looking at. You really only need a few tools. I've got some clippers here, and these were handy for cleaning up the vines. And again, these are already cleaned up. I've got a set of needle nose pliers, and this will come in handy when you're trying to get some of the vines through and you can't necessarily use your fingers and get them in there. Needle nose pliers are pretty handy. And you'll need a screwdriver. I know we don't see any screws in this, but this is also handy for making spaces for the vines to come through. So the first thing we need to decide on is what is going to be the shape of the basket. Now this is going to be what's called a round basket. There are many different types of baskets you can make, egg baskets, cornucopias, but this one's going to be a round basket. So this is going to start out with what we're going to call the spines of the basket, and then we're going to weave in a pattern to create the base of the basket and then the walls of the basket. Then we're also going to go over how we're going to touch up and finish the basket. All right, let's get started. The basket is one of humankind's earliest art forms. Whether it's decorative or functional, the basket is symbolic in myths, religion, and culture of our ancestors.
The first step is to collect the vines. First of all, make sure that they are not poisonous, or you can have a lot of fun later on that afternoon. Then cut them off low to the ground and pull them either from the bush or tree. Once you've gathered, start cleaning the leaves and branches off. The goal is to get long pieces so weaving can go much faster. Before you start cleaning them off, start by identifying the size vines that are needed for your basket. The first thing you need to do is establish the width and the height of the basket. This basket will be about 12 inches wide and 6 inches tall. Based on those dimensions, I will need 5 pieces cut based on this formula. So I take the width plus the height times 6, and that equals the length of the spines for a round basket. So overall, I will need these to be at least 48 inches. Now once I've identified the length of one of them, I'm going to cut 4 more of these, so I have a total of 5 full length spines, and then I'll cut one that's a little bit longer than half, so we have an odd number.
Weaving is an essential survival skill as well. You can use it to create a container or weave yourself a temporary shelter from the elements.
Once you've placed 3 of the spines on top of 2.5 spines, use the smallest vine that you can find that is still pliable to tie them together. You'll start weaving using an over-under pattern on the vines, and basically taking the ones you're going to go over the vines that are on the top and under the vines that are on the bottom. Don't worry about these being even when you first get started. We'll make sure that we adjust these in the next step.
Ancient Mesopotamians believed that baskets were the children of the gods and basis of life on earth.
Compare both ends of the same spine to make sure that they are even. If you don't do this, then you'll end up with a short spine and a long one in the end, which could affect the design. Do this for all 5 full-length spines and make sure that the shorter piece is still between the 2 other longer ones. Next, find one of the thinner vines that is also still pretty long. When the vines grow out of the ground, they are thicker. So therefore, you need to use the thin end of the vine to start weaving, which is going to be the part that grew out of the top of the tree. Each time you start a new piece, use the thin end of the vine. The spines are closer to each other towards the center of the basket and is easier to weave when the vine is thinner. Start by tucking the vine in at any point and start weaving with the under-over pattern. This time you are weaving around each individual spine versus underneath all of the spines that were on top or all of the spines that were on bottom. The shorter spine that we added helps create an odd number of spines. This odd number creates a pattern that allows the vine to alternate between the top and bottom of the spine each revolution around the center. As you revolve and go out from the center, make sure that you keep an even space in between the spines. Continue this until you have the desired diameter.
One of the most famous baskets as part of the Judeo-Christian culture is the basket that transported baby Moses to safety. All right, I'm going to go ahead and start encouraging these to go upward. So in this transition, I like to have the spines radiating away from me. So we're going to take this up and slowly bend the curve forward. If you push too hard, it's going to crack the spine and you have to start over. Or add another spine in its place. So the first round, I try to get them where they're about 45 degrees. And then when I come around 2 or 3 more times, make sure they're bent out at least 90 degrees. And you don't want to overextend them inwards because then you'll end up with a vase instead of a basket. So again, we're slowly encouraging these two to go in. See, I pushed that one too hard and it cracked on me. But it's going to be okay because I'm going to be able to adjust it later. And as you're doing the walls, you still want to do the over-under pattern. The Native Americans perfected basket weaving thousands of years ago, and you can still see their craft on display today.
Final step is tucking in the spines. Tuck in the spines by taking the first spine and bending it over the outside of the basket. Skip over the spine next to it and tuck it into the spine that is 2 spaces over. Continue this until all the spines are tucked in. Now you may need some assistance from some tools in order to get the spine in place, depending on the thickness of the vine and the spines.
In the 1800s, the Philippines helped meet the large demand of baskets needed in the United States. Thanks again for watching our masterclass on how to make a round basket. I want to give a special thanks to my son Anthony, who has a YouTube channel called King of the Keyboard. He composed and he also played the music for this video. For your convenience, we have created a new playlist of all of our DIY videos, baskets, and other fun DIY projects for around the house. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the notifications so you can get access to all of our upcoming videos. See you next time.